to another episode of the Oracle Soul podcast. I am your host, Dr. Sarah Greening, and I have my wonderful co-host and all-around fantastic humorous partner to get along with, Estelle Larson. For today's episode, as always, we're just going to live in the flow of the universe and just fly by the seat of our pants to see where today's conversation will take us. we do have some ideas, but we're just gonna wing it basically because that's how we roll. Estelle, do you have any comments on our previous episode with numerology and ASTA?
Yes. I do Asta's numerology course, and after our last podcast, I now use numerology to work out everything, every word that is said, because I think we learned from the podcast that numbers are a big factor in our world and how we function and how we're herded. So I think in reflecting on it, it has made me even more aware, to be aware of numbers and to pay attention.
Absolutely. Just, and I find that every time I have a little focus on numerology, that numbers appear more in my dream space as well. And I think you've had that in the past week as well, right?
Yes. I had a dream, and it was about very specific numbers, and it was in relation to needing to let you know about these numbers, and it was number 5 and 6, and the need for you to understand the powerful energy of 5 and 6. It didn't give specifics as to why and into what relation they were, other than it was for yourself to investigate the power, energetic power of 5 and 6, and not to forget the number 3.
Definitely.
And the colour golden and amber.
I'm going to be curious any if that comes up in today's conversation.
Yeah, and I'm going to work out energetically because I got a bit distracted yesterday what golden, because it's interesting, it wasn't gold, it was golden, very Pacific, and amber, what their energy value is in numerology, and then that might give a bit more information.
Is that something we're going to dabble with in this episode, or do you think that's just something we do off on the side? Or we'll see.
How do you feel? Oh,
maybe it's off camera.
Yeah.
Stick to this. So while you were having a wonderful side discussion, obviously I was sorting through or sensing the energy of our lesson cards. So we pulled one for today's mass consciousness, and your first task will be to calculate the numerology of it, because I think that would be a cool part to have. So little drum roll for the card. Today's main topic is going to be, we've had this card before. Humor.
Right.
And I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. And oh my gosh, my brain just did something. So you know how there's like the English, I don't even know, it's like the American way of spelling things and then like the English way of spelling things.
Yeah, how is the card spelled?
So the card's spelled with the American way.
Which is H-U-M...
O-R.
O-R. No, it should be O-U-R.
Yeah, well, why don't we do the energy difference of that? That would be an interesting thing to dive into.
That's
And
pretty cool.
yeah, and while you're working at the numerology, I'll go ahead and read the card and we can have some, see what discussion points we can come up from that while we wait for the energy of it. So, humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. And I do believe, I don't know, maybe I should read this again. This is obviously a recurring theme for this podcast. I believe we had this card the first time we pulled a lesson card. What was that, episode 2? I
Yep.
think we pulled in an episode 2. um, and just the importance of having fun, basically, and how it completely. I feel humor is one of those very powerful emotions that can totally flip the switch on a lower vibrational emotion. It's definitely how I feel. Apparently, I can't find it in the book. Here we go. there there are definitely parts of life that require your serious attention, but you have to learn to have fun. Don't neglect things that bring you joy or make you laugh. Besides the health benefits to your physical body, your emotional and mental bodies reap huge rewards from the art of joy. Seek out the people who make you feel good about being alive. Avoid cynicism and pessimism. Always look at your cup as being half full instead of half empty. The endless chatter of this physical dimension can seep into your conscious mind, so do your best to listen to happy music, read soul-enriching fiction, and be wary of movies or TV shows that can darken your mood. Happy people attract happy people. As I reflect
Yes.
on, yeah, you want to go?
I was just about to say that is 100% correct. When you're happy, the I excuse me, I have worked out the number of happiness also. Um,
Ooh,
Energetically, when you think about it, the vibration you put out, it's like positive and negative ions, yeah? We attract. And you will, not only will you attract, if you're sad, you're going to attract sad people, but also sad events equally. So it goes further than just attracting other sad people. You create the environment of sadness equally.
absolutely. It's whatever frequency you are broadcasting, the universe is just going to give you more of that frequency.
Yeah, we're like, you could say radio stations. You've got AM, FM. So we can decide which band, frequency band, that we want to exist on. But we are more than one emotion. I understand that. But it's to what degree we exist in those emotions, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're not saying that you should never feel sadness or you should never, have these other lower vibrational emotions, but it's kind of like you just said, it's where you mostly exist, right? So what I guess your average frequency would be, I guess you could call it. Um I
Yeah.
definitely when I first started to read this lesson for this week, I instantly was taken to just before we came onto the show, actually, I was on the floor playing with my little girl, and I just happened to go whoop whoop, and that noise she thought was hilarious, and she just started to like laugh and giggle, and then I would laugh and giggle, and then I do it again, and she just keep on giggling, something as simple as that. I mean, I know she's just a little girl, but it's
But
just the importance.
noises, sounds have energy. So you have like that whoop whoop, It's a higher frequency, but it's a joyful sound. So for me, that would carry a higher energy, like happy energy, because we then associate words to the sound.
Right. Yeah, yeah. How are we working out on the paperwork?
Ah, yeah, all done.
Oh, good. Good job.
Humour spelt the American way, tut
Mhm.
tut,
Come now, be nice.
is three,
Okay.
is the number three. So if we look at the value of what three is, it is childlike, humour, friendly, imaginative, social. So it really does align with the American spelling. And I
Mhm.
wonder if that was purposeful, that they altered it two or three so it aligned.
Well, I know. What's the other one?
Well, the English way is number six,
Mm.
which is also three is a masculine energy too. Six is a feminine energy, and it's love, creator, holding space for others, to uplift, to balance, nice. So they're kind of similar.
Mm.
Um, I'm curious now. I'm gonna later go on a bit of a rabbit hole. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Um,
Gladly. Because then you've got like gray and gray.
yeah. So there has to be a reason why.
And there's even color. Color itself has the OUR or the OR.
Exactly. So, what is it about vowels that they are playing with it? There needs to be a reason because they're vowels that they're playing with, which is phonics. Phonics is our speech, our sound. Now, there's a lot of information coming out about we are given our voice as a healing frequency tool. So when we sound phonics, vowels, consonants, is that why they've altered?
It could be. What is the energy of you itself?
Uh, energy of you. I'm a messy desk operator. Some people are highly efficient and they've got spots for everything. Mine's like
No,
chaos.
that's like me too. Except I normally have one page and I just have things written all over the place.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
You is three energy. So it's a
Okay.
masculine energy.
So that's really interesting when you think about humor without the you is just masculine itself, right? Because it whittles down to being a three energy. But humor with the you is a six energy, which is feminine, but the you
Feminine.
adds the masculine to it. So is the removal of you in the American system actually removing the balance?
A
Uh,
feminine. The masculine and feminine. Because if you think about it, we've become a patriarchal society. So therefore, that caused a splitting, a divide between the masculine, the feminine, the man, the woman, etc., where keeping the proper vowels in is that balance where there's a unification of masculine and feminine energy, because to be perfectly aligned energetically, we have to be masculine and feminine because that's the harmony.
Yeah, absolutely. Huh. Well, that's just humor. I'm very curious when you go through your rabbit hole if the you that's, removed, if it's being removed from a if it's being removed to change the feminality, whatever, that's not quite the right word, but the feminine energy of the word to change it into more masculine. And also, yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah, because if you think about it, like as I said, everything has become patriarch. We went from a matriarchal society, and it's not about a gender like people, or it's nothing to do with that aspect. You've got to have the matriarch because it balances, it doesn't create wars or hostility, and the masculine can exist as it should do in a balanced way. It's not fighting, it's not warring.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Huh. Very cool. When I pulled the humor card, I was like, oh, we already did this one. Why are we getting this one again? But it seems like we had to dive a little bit deeper.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, about humour, it is like we established in the first one on the light aspect of humour. Um, and I think maybe it's popped up again because things are intensifying. That we do need that literal reminder of humour to keep that higher vibration, because as much as we're aware ourselves and probably lots of other people, we still can get a bit swamped in the daily grind and the events, because we are in this human body having, our soul is having a human experience. It needs that because that's part of its quest,
Hmm.
So I think it's come up because it's very relevant to now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's definitely a good reminder, especially as you said, with getting caught up in the day-to-day grind of everything. And I know myself at the moment, most days they seem the same, just a little bit different. But you've got this routine, and especially in my case, raising a little one. She's 5 months old now, getting old.
That has gone super fast, like as we know, the timelines, everything's speeding up. And I remember you before Christmas going to the hospital to give birth to little one.
Yeah. And now
And it
she's
seems
like
like,
almost walking. Well, she likes to stand and all that. So,
yeah, it has gone so fast from an observer's, watching through the screen, little one grow. It's like she
yeah.
was only a newborn.
Yeah. How have you integrated humor into your life since
Um,
our last, or we first had it as a lesson?
uh, Naturally, I am that way. Um, I've always had that bit of youthfulness, and I think that's the key for humour. Yes, we've got to be adults to operate in the world, but we do have our inner child, and we need our inner child on a daily basis to bring out humour, playfulness, and joy, to balance that adult existence. You know,
Absolutely.
like you do your daily grind. Like I'm retired, so I have the luxury of kind of whatever I feel like doing. And I can be doing my daily stuff, and my cat Paul, he'll come meow meow. He wants me outside, so I go outside and I talk to the birds, I talk to the cat, and I forget my neighbours are out there and they can hear me. Oh, I have discovered, and I guess this relates to Joy, yesterday I could hear crows. Typically, the crows are more across the road from me, not in my yard, but they were in the neighbours, and he was talking, so I started talking crow back. And hubby recorded it, and we went for 5 minutes. And then the crows across the road, they chimed in. So when people go, they speak multilingual, well, so do I. I
You
speak,
speak to the animals.
I speak magpie, willy wagtail, and crow and cat. So that's humour,
Yeah,
allowing playfulness.
yeah, absolutely. I talk to my plants.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, they some of them are mad at me because I haven't watered them, but
It's just playing some Gregorian chant music. They love it.
I will do that. Then that could be
My
fun.
daughter plays slip knots to hers, and I was like, no, but her plants are thriving. So she's got heavy metal plants.
Yeah. Hey, why not? Oh man, there was an episode of Mythbusters that did something with plants like that. And I believe that the plants that were played like kind of like heavier rock kind of music were actually like they grew better than ones that were played. I don't know what kind of music it was played, but the one thing that's interesting, I don't know why my brain is going this way now, but we know that there's been like a shift in the bass frequency of music, I guess we could say, from we most standard tunings, everything is tuned to like 440 hertz,
Yeah.
and it's 432 that it should be at. That was one of the things that attracted, speaking of Slipknot, because I used to listen to Slipknot back in the day. That was one of the things that I found very interesting about Slipknot is that their music is actually what you call drop tuned. So, it's they don't
Oh,
have the
okay.
standard tuning. They actually drop everything down to a little bit of a lower frequency, which is interesting. I don't know if you got anything to
Oh.
springboard off that.
Uh, Not off the top of my head. It has sparked my curiosity. I'm going to write that down. So they dropped it to a lower frequency.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. And that would have been purposeful because, as you know, when you create music, it is very specific why you've created it that way.
Yeah, for a particular sound or feeling or whatnot.
To invoke an emotion, an atmosphere.
It's like from Star Wars, the Imperial March song?
I won't
Yeah,
sing
it's
it.
it's fine. But there's a version of that's done in the major key, and it sounds like this happy, upbeat song instead of this like doom and gloom kind of song. So it's really interesting how just a slight tuning of the same, melody, if you will, can have a totally different vibe to it, which I guess it kind of ties into what we're talking about with just even the spelling of humor versus humor, because
Yeah.
just changing that one value changes the entire energy of the whole word and the meaning behind it and the vibe behind it.
I listened to this young lady, she's Russian, Diana Andikhanova. Well, I've just butchered the name. Apologies, but anyway, she sings Falling in Love, the classic Elvis. And I'd never heard of it before, and I just felt really compelled to listen. And
Mhm.
I'm not an Elvis fan. Um, and she is a polyphonic contralto.
Okay.
So you can't get any lower than a contralto for a woman. That is the lowest you can go. Um, and it is so dark because it's been lowered, to suit her deep, low voice. And it completely alters the mood of the song. Because,
Mm.
Elvis is very fast and upbeat. With Deanna, how she sang it, it slowed it down and it's rich. The sound is so rich. It's dark, but not dark. It's just, give it a listen. And being polyphonic, it sounds like two or three voices, but it's her because she can
Mm.
sing that way.
Fascinating. Yeah, you'll have to send me that name, and I'll have to look her up later.
Yeah, I polyphonic sound wise, so it relates to frequency sound. There is another singer, she's the best in the world, so they say, at polyphonics, and I don't know what it is about polyphonic singing, but it is so different. It is amazing because you're hearing two different pitches at the same. It can be lower and higher.
Hmm.
It's really, really bizarre how they do it.
And they're actually like producing those two tones at the same
Sounds.
time.
Yeah, I know that I've listened to vocal experts talk about, the throat and the muscles in the throat and the space when they open, how they open their mouth shape, because that projects sound, a frequency.
Fascinating.
Polyphonics is totally fascinating if you're into the world of music, frequency, and sound.
Awesome. No, I will definitely have to find time to go down that. It's not really a rabbit hole, but that to experience that.
And I'd be curious if you played it, how little one would respond.
Mm. Well, it's interesting. So if we're gonna talk on this like lower frequency things, I'm pretty sure I sent you the recording of this, but so I have my three different singing bowls, and I can't remember the exact frequency of them, but it's the one that corresponds to the root chakra, so it's 200 and something hertz. I can't quite remember the hertz, but so I played all three, and it was just the low one made her giggle.
Ah, that's interesting, isn't it? The
Yeah.
lower frequency. Because you think about throat singing.
Mm.
I listen to
I'm.
really obscure
Were
music. I
you
listen to
tapping in?
Mongolian throat singing.
It's interesting. Were you like tapping in because I was like, oh, I'm gonna bring up throat singing, and then I didn't bring it up yet, and then you just jumped in, and then so Mongolian throat singing. So is it the Hu or is it or the Hu? However you
Yeah,
say it. Yeah, they're
yeah.
pretty cool.
I absolutely love them. I came across them about 2, 3 years ago. They, oh, and they did a song and music for one of the games.
Uh, possibly. Yeah, that'd
Yeah,
be my.
it's on YouTube. You can watch it. It is
Mm,
really cool. They
yeah,
do the sound for one of your big popular games. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I love Mongolian throat singing.
Yeah. My only caution for myself when I like the beat and the how it sounds is all great, but it's just I don't know what they're saying. So it's like what are they saying? What's the energy behind what they're saying?
True, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, because most modern day music, as we know, has an agenda behind it,
An
and a
energetic
lot of
agenda.
yes, and a lot of subliminal stuff going on.
Oh yeah, speaking of subliminal. So
Ooh,
we you just got tingles.
yeah.
So, I mean, we've all heard of Pokemon, gotta catch them all. So we've been introducing little one to Pokemon, and there's something about the theme song. Like she could care less about the episode, but as soon as the theme song comes on, she's like stopping and listening. And even my fiance the other day said he's like there must be subliminal messaging in that or something. I was like, of course there's subliminal messaging in it. How else would you get kids to watch it? You know? But and so like we could be like rocking her to sleep and it's playing. And as soon as the theme song comes on, she like opens her eyes and is like paying attention to the TV.
Wow.
And
Wow.
and then I decided to just play it on Spotify, just the theme song, and because I didn't know, is it like the flashiness of the screen or is it the music itself that's like captivating? And so it was playing from my speaker that was like nowhere near the TV. And when it played, she recognized it and just instantly like turned and was facing where the speaker was. And almost like she was looking for the screen, but was just listening to the music. So anyway.
Oh, maybe, yeah, sound and visuals, because as you know, the screen, they use specific colours. And when they're doing like flashy bits, it's like the news. And you get a lot of geometrical shapes that move behind them.
Mm.
That, a lot of psychology has gone into that. It's actual programming.
No. Yeah,
There's,
yeah.
yeah. So I would definitely say the visuals of Pokemon, there's a lot of psychology gone
Oh,
into it.
definitely. Absolutely. I mean, it's pretty much, I mean,
A pet, yuck, that I do not like. And I do apologise to anyone who loves it and brought their kids, are the Wiggles. Yeah,
no.
there's something not right. They're all Pacific colours. Yeah, I would never play with girls when my
Mm,
girls were little.
mm.
Just a
It was
vibe.
like Teletubbies didn't vibe with me as a
Ugh,
kid, you
they're
know?
creepy. They're creepy. They remind me of little demons. Sorry, folks.
It's too funny.
Come on, they've got those things on their head.
No,
Have you ever thought about that? One's got a circle, right?
no.
A thing, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, I never really,
Symbolism.
yeah, I never thought about the things in their head, but as this conversation's been talking about frequency and colors, I'm like, well, they were each a different color, and you know,
Yeah, they do. It's all the one and the same thing. Yeah, no, they're creepy. Teletubbies are creepy. Yeah, no.
what?
I don't know, maybe I'm just a different generation. But
No,
my girls, when they were babies and toddlers, I would play whale music and more the background music.
yeah, no, I mean, yeah. I'm very fascinated with the ground we've covered in today's episode because this episode has was not what I initially thought we were going to talk about. I have to say that.
Same, same.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we ended up humour. I did work out, I wrote a handful of emotions,
Oh,
like
yes. Yeah, we
from,
wanted to talk about that. Okay.
um, I started with, and I don't like this word, but it exists, is hate.
Mm.
That's a seven energy. That's a masculine energy. So, very quickly, I'll just flick to, which is interesting, because seven is spirituality, gateway, lonely, suspicion, sacrifice, aloof, addiction, tap into the unseen,
Mm.
nature. You know, because I think, as we all understand, there's the positive and negative aspects of all energies. They're not just one, they're both, as everything is balanced.
Yep.
And then I jump to ego, because ego for me is a very prevalent aspect of humanity, particularly in today's society. We are very, very ego driven, and egotistical behaviours are rewarded. You know, it really is promoted. And that got me very fascinated. So I worked out what is ego. That is number 9 energetically, which is a masculine number once again.
Hmm.
So, when here I go with my chaos paperwork. Number 9 is divine mission, channeling healing energy, wisdom, ideals, knowing, humanitarianism, compassion, power, charismatic, but then it can be rage and moods, which makes sense because you know it. We all need ego in our building blocks of who we are because it does have a purpose. But when you see rage and moods, when it's imbalanced, which is the aspect to me that's been promoted,
Hmm.
it makes sense. It's a number 9.
Yeah, and then the number 9 also carries all the other energies with it as well, right? For all the other numbers.
Yes, yeah, because it's the end and it's further down. So, like you said, it carries all the others. So, it can be, I guess, perceived as a heavier energy because it's carrying all the others. So, yes, that was very interesting with ego. And then I thought, where it says about rage and mood. So then I thought about anger. And anger, again, came to number 9 energetically.
Hmm.
So, and then I thought, is there going to be a theme with all of those kind of emotions? And then I did sadness. That is number 9. And then I thought, with sadness, quite often we get sadness through grief. Grief, not just at a lost one, a family member, but maybe loss of our identity. You know, grief can be many things. That was also number 9. And I just found those big ones, like on the more, like, I know negative, positive isn't a thing, but we'll just say on the negative
Lower
aspect,
vibration.
lower vibrations are 9s because they're the heavier, they're carrying so much more.
Now, were there any higher vibrational emotions that carry the 9 energy?
Um, well, with the ones that I did, love. Love is 9.
So, love. Oh, did you do fear?
Yes, I did. Fear is 3.
Oh, isn't that interesting?
That is super, super interesting. It's like I say, numbers, numerology is so important and so empowering how we can incorporate it. The more we understand, the more empowering we can be, and it shows us how we're actually being very controlled and manipulated energetically through numbers.
But by understanding that, you
You can
can
flip it.
flip the switch and no longer be controlled by it because you see
Yeah,
it for what it is. And it's like, well, when you say that fear has the 3 energy of it, so that's like a channeling energy, right?
yeah, and the
um
childlike, imaginative, social, intuition, humble, playful, creativity.
mhm, mhm.
So, yeah, that's interesting that fear is that.
Well, because you're gonna like, they keep you in a fear state to channel in the creative reality that is based around fear, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, and like as it says, the challenges for the 3 energy is backing yourself or itself, catching the negative, hiding problems behind a smile.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense with fear being number 3, because when we're fearful for whatever reason, we quite often put that smile, that brave face on
Mm-hmm.
to hide what we're feeling.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
interesting.
yeah, it is. Um, and also, 3 energy needs to feel safe. That's a big thing with the 3 energy. So, again, that makes perfect sense that it's adds to fear, the 3, that needing to be safe. Because when you're fearful, you're not feeling safe for whatever reason or for whatever situation.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think it's also
Um,
interesting that anger, sadness, grief are all 9 energies. But
yep.
then you could consider love to be the opposite spectrum of those. And it's
Yeah, because
also the
you've
9
got the
energy.
inverted and then the where you're, I've lost the word, where you're functioning at the higher vibrational of that number. And interestingly, peace is number 3.
So fear and peace, would you consider they are actually the opposite spectrum?
Yes, I
Because to
would.
have peace, you have to be safe, right?
Yeah, fear is the inversion of the energy of the 3, where peace is
The
the
higher
3
vibration.
energy at the highest vibration.
Yeah,
So there's
fascinating.
definitely a correlation with words that share the same, like emotion, the word of the emotion or feeling that share the same energy.
And did you calculate emotion itself?
Uh, yes, I did. And drum roll, ba-da-da-da-dum, number 6.
Interesting.
So we've got 369. We have the Tesla vibration numbers.
Mic drop. We're
Isn't
done.
it? Yep. Ta-dum.
So
See, and this is
three,
creating humor.
it
We're
is.
laughing.
So, oh, what was the energy of humor?
Oh,
Oh, it
I
was
did
three
that.
and it was 3 and 6, depending on which version it was.
See, Tesla numbers, he knew. When he said, the key to understanding is understanding 3, 6, 9. Boom, boom. Story
Hmm.
over and done with, folks.
Yeah, it was something along the lines like if you want to understand the keys to the universe, think in terms of frequency and sound, I think is what he said, or something
Yeah.
along those lines.
Frequency, sound, vibration.
Yeah.
It was
Mm.
I know it was
Mm.
3.
And we've covered all of that today. Oh, we have covered
Yep.
sound and vibration and frequency, the numbers of those. Yeah,
Oh,
fascinating.
here, one that I did want to quickly mention, guilt.
Oh,
Because
yes.
guilt's a big one. Because guilt, to me, I associate with ego because ego will use guilt to manipulate. Yeah, when your ego is imbalanced, see, this is where my mind goes. What does that one energetically incorporate another one? So, guilt is number 6.
Hmm, that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. See, we're
What
going to
about
solve it all for the world, folks. So, tune in
with humor?
with humour.
Spelled either with the O or with the U or without. Either way, it'll be in balance.
Exactly. And let's flip in from our first one with humour. Go swing on the swing like you like doing. Go make mud pies. Go talk to your crows and your magpies or your little robins or blue jays and yeah, have fun. Have
Just
fun,
have
fun.
enjoy the lighter side of life. Enjoy the
Yeah,
small things and
yep.
don't be so serious.
Oh, I didn't get to calculate. Oh, gratitude. I think we did that before.
Did we do the energy of gratitude with Asa or no?
I
Can't remember if
think
we
we
did.
did.
Yeah, okay, good. Maybe
I
that's why
think
we
we
didn't need
did.
to do it today.
Cause yeah, cause later, what I would like in another episode, cause I've got ones that branch off from the main, like empathy, sympathy, inspiration, euphoria. Because, like as I said, all these other ones that branch off, I am interested what they are and how they align to like fear or love, how it all connects energetically, because maybe that's how we flip the script.
By just bringing out into the open what the energies are of all of these. Is that what you
Yep,
mean?
and
Yeah.
then having that awareness, we within ourselves can flip the script. And if we're all flipping the script, disempowers them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
when people go, oh, how do we do it? We start off small, and that's within ourselves.
Yeah,
Because if we're all doing within ourselves, because we have to remember everything is internal, it's not external. You know, energetic beings, the energy is within us. That's where the frequency, the energy is. So we work inward, and if we're all inward working, we've got control.
absolutely. Which is why they have worked so hard to put so many external distractions out there to stop us from even thinking about looking inward.
Exactly. It's the universe is in here.
Yeah. Just like our tagline song for our intro and outro. There's a universe inside you.
No, I shouldn't dance either.
Have fun and don't think twice about it.
That's true.
Well, I think we've covered a whole episode's worth today. What do you think?
Oh, most definitely. And you know what? I've had so much fun. I really have.
I don't think we've not had a fun episode. Every episode has been a
Yeah.
blast.
Yeah,
Very
I think we
uplifting.
say that all the time. Oh, this one was fun. Yeah, they're all fun.
Absolutely. That's
Yeah.
why we were doing this. It's
And I
because
think we can present very serious topics, but in a format that's not heavy.
yeah,
Because I
that's
think we
accessible.
receive it better when we're a bit light-hearted. We're not dismissing the seriousness, but I think we put a wall because we live in a very heavy world. So being lighter and bringing these topics out as a conversation, I think the format's perfect.
Yeah, I've got no complaints. If any of our guests or not guests but our audience members have any complaints, feel free to tell us about it. Or if you have any compliments, we'll take those as well.
Yeah.
uh,
Now, I think this is very timely. Maybe if we look at seeing if we can get, is it Nina, the lady with the colours?
yeah, we're gonna set that up. Yeah, that's definitely
Yeah,
kind of
because that would bring it in line with the theme
yeah,
of our conversations.
absolutely. It will enhance our conversations.
Yeah,
And we
and
can ask her about gold and amber.
yeah, because that really, and there was a lot of emphasis on that, and I could see golden and amber, and it was, like smoke, how it swirls. That's what this was doing, but it was golden and then wrapped, intertwined with amber. It was really mesmerizing.
To be continued.
Da, 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 da. And I love amber. I have a beautiful amber pendant and ring, just saying.
Anyway, thank you to my wonderful co-host Estelle today. Today's
Thank
conversation,
you,
as
Sarah.
always, was super fantastic. Thank you to our listeners and all of our supporters. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you. We hope that you have been enjoying our episodes so far. As you can tell, there's a whole lot more to come. So we hope that you enjoy today's episode and enjoy all of our future episodes. And we definitely hope that today's episode has given you some food for thought in terms of numbers and energy. And if you want to know a little bit more about numbers, go back to episode 5 with Asta or reach out to Asta because she's amazing. And we learned a lot in that episode about numbers. And as you can see, we are moving forward with bringing that into our show. And most importantly, everyone, don't forget to just enjoy the lighter sides of life and have fun with humor. And as always, until next time, we will see you.